was wrong, and what they were compelled to do, what they were forced to do against their will. So those are three disqualifiers, basically, of anything that may otherwise nullify the fast, invalidate the fast. So whatever we're going to list tonight, it doesn't apply if it was done accidentally. So if we say, for example, food breaks the fast, but let's say at suhoor you had, what's that painkiller everyone hates? The one that makes you dizzy. So the Percocet stuff, right? Whatever, the morphines basically, right? So all these heroin derivatives. And so you take that and you wake up at 10 a.m. and you don't know your name, right? And you go to the fridge and you eat something. It wouldn't break your fast, it was just accidental. You didn't deliberately do that. You were under the influence of the painkiller, right? Or forgetful. You forgot that it was the first day of Ramadan, you went to IHOP, you had a stack of 12 pancakes, right? And you finish your third cup of orange juice and you're like, oh, subhanAllah, it's Ramadan. Well, Allah knows. If you actually forgot, you're good. According to the Jumhur. If you're Maliki, you're stuck. Malikis don't accept forgetfulness on this stuff. Long story. And then the third category, or the third exception would be what? That's accident and forgetful. Third one is what? Forceful. Someone said, eat the ribeye right now, I'm going to shoot you. Bismillah. Eat the ribeye and you're fine, inshallah. You don't need to make up the day. So what are they? They are food and drink. And we said yesterday that although it's controversial, although the Hanafis, rahimahullah, hafizahullah, will not agree, but the majority will say whatever serves the function of food and drink. So we said glucose in the blood, a dialysis that regenerates or replenishes your blood supply, potentially iron injections as well, that sort of thing. Something that sustains you, nourishment through the veins, through the skin, right? That would break your fast. So food and drink, and what serves the function of food and drink. Intercourse, actual intercourse, not the build up to it. Intercourse, and whatever serves the function of intercourse, basically inducing climax, right? And then the next one would be inducing vomit. Not vomiting. Some people think vomiting breaks the fast. It doesn't break the fast. But you making yourself vomit will break your fast. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, مَنْ ذَرْعَهُ الْقَيْءُ فَلَا قَضَاءَ عَلَيْهِ وَمَنْ اسْتَقَاءَ عَمْدًا فَلْيَقْضِ. That whomever is overtaken, overwhelmed, against their will, vomit comes up, then there is no makeup for them, no qada for the fast for them. But whomever istaqa'a amdan, whomever induces their own vomit deliberately, then they are the ones that must be making it up. So that's the fourth one. And the fifth one is something I mentioned to you in the dentist example yesterday, which is bloodletting, hijama. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Aftar al-hajim wal-mahjum," the person who performs the hijama, this bloodletting procedure, blood drainage of bad blood, and the one to whom it is done, they have broken their fast. And we said some scholars do hold this rule has been abrogated. It was just early in Islam to accustom people to the fast, and so on and so forth. But just to be safe, let's just count it among the things that break your fast. Don't give up large amounts of blood. Don't donate blood. Don't perform hijama during the daytime of Ramadan. That's all. And we said insignificant bleeding wouldn't count. And obviously, if you get a big cut while you're bleeding, it won't break your fast, no matter how much blood you lose. Why? Right? The three categories we started with up top, right? Accidents, forgetfulness, forcefulness, you're covered, inshallah, according to the majority. Sheikh Ibrahim, throw the wrench in the engine, go for it.
So if the person who is actually performing hijama,
yeah,
one of the non-Muslim person,
if you believe it's not abrogated, don't do it. Period. Even though the logic doesn't seem to necessarily be as clear in that situation, because he's not fasting anyway. But we're going to tell you that's his business that he's not fasting. He needs to be fasting. Right? That's another subject, yeah. Yes. But the hair oil is going to make you look extra good looking. Nothing topical will break your fast. Nothing. That answers the question of nicotine patches as well. It's absorbed through the skin, but it doesn't serve the function of food and drink. People say, what if I take a nicotine patch? So if you happen to take a nicotine patch, I'm not giving you an opinion about it, yes or no. But the issue is that it will not break the fast. Separate subject. Inshallah.
How was drawing that?
Yeah, so even the scholars who believe that bloodletting breaks the fast and hasn't been abrogated, the rule still stands. They don't apply it to blood tests because they say that vials and blood tests are so insignificant that it would be incorrect to compare them to hijama. They said blood donation seems like a good analogy, but you know, a vial or 2 or 4 even of these blood tests probably doesn't amass too much at all. It won't debilitate a person, whereas blood donation, people get lightheaded every now and again with blood donations. Hijama, fear or blood loss causes people to get a little woozy, right? But that usually doesn't happen with most people when it comes to blood tests.
Will we cover travel as a separate topic?
Cover what?
Travel.
Travel, yeah, so tomorrow we'll talk about who's exempt from fasting, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.